move now to Cape Town, and it's been called the oldest trick in the book of litigation. When you hit difficulty, withdraw. That's how a parliamentary advisor described the walkout from Busisiwe Mkhwebane's legal team last week. Dali Mpofu dramatically exited the inquiry into her fitness to hold office, saying they have no further mandate for the suspended public protector. Members of the Oversight Committee are mulling the way forward, while Mkhwebane, of course, has pleaded ignorance. But legal experts say Mkhwebane's strategy has been clear from the start. Let's get the latest from eNCA's Ayesha Ismail, who joins us from Cape Town. So, Ayesha, thank you so much for joining us. It was quite a dramatic evening. It was Thursday, I think. The lots of spats, as we've seen in the past. But Dali Mpofu surprised everyone, saying, well, me and the legal team, we're out of here. Public protector saying she knew nothing about it. So what's the way forward for her? And what are people saying about it?
So on Thursday, as you say, we saw this dramatic walkout by the suspended public protector's legal team, and she was then left exposed and she had to speak for herself. And she asked for a postponement so that she can sort out her legal woes, and she was given until today, actually, to sort that out. And we will have to wait and see what happens tomorrow, whether she is either going to find another legal team, whether she's going to be able to convince Dali Mpofu and her previous attorneys to return to represent her until the end of the inquiry. But of course, Sally, she can also represent herself. She is a qualified advocate, so she can represent herself. But she is entitled to be represented. But the fact that even if she doesn't have another team does not mean that it's going to call the inquiry into question. But you can imagine what's going to happen if she gets a brand new legal team. That team is going to have to find extra time to go through those thousands of transcripts over the months that we've seen and the hearings taking place in Parliament. So let's wait and see what happens on Tuesday. But this is what Lawson Naidu, the constitutional expert, had to say when I asked him about his opinion.
As I think one of the parliamentary legal advisors highlighted to the committee, drawing from a judgment of the Supreme Court of Appeal that has denounced such practice in the past as being a clear attempt at evading accountability, at avoiding the continuation of a case, especially when you know that the case is going against you. And this probably contributes to the question of the ethics of the conduct of the legal team representing Busisiwe Mkhwebane.
Possibility as well that she's trying to delay a little, if indeed that is her strategy, until she hears about her challenge to her suspension.
Well, I did speak to two other constitutional experts and legal experts, and they were saying that they believe that this is once again a delaying tactic by the former public protector, well, the suspended public protector and her legal team. Now, we know from the word go, Dali Mpofu has called the committee and the proceedings illegal, and this is despite the fact that he continued to participate in the proceedings. And then, of course, we saw this walkout on Thursday. Let's listen to what Lawson Naidu had to say about this.
Well, it's quite clear that her strategy all along has been to delay this. She's publicly said that she intends to see out her term of office, which ends in October next year. And we've seen from the conduct with the various challenges to the process, seeking recusal of the chair, of the evidence leader, and members of the committee, that these are all tactics to try and delay the process and scupper Parliament's oversight over the office of the Public Protector. Ultimately, as the head of the office of the Public Protector, Busisiwe Mkhwebane is accountable to the National Assembly. And this process is about accountability. It's taken on the hue of a trial, as it were, but it's supposed to really be an inquisitorial process, not an adversarial one like that which plays out in a court. Unfortunately, it has become that. But Parliament's primary responsibility is to hold the incumbent accountable and to be able to get to the facts of the situation in order to make a determination of her fitness to hold office.
All right, so when that inquiry gets back together tomorrow, I guess we're going to see whether the public protector has decided to represent herself, managed to convince Dali Mpofu to rejoin her, or will be asking for significantly more time to get a new team up to speed on her case. We'll definitely chat to you about that tomorrow. Thank you so much, Ayesha Ismail, coming to us live from Cape Town.